And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful Corona-free day. Today is Friday, November the 4th at 5:50 in the morning. How are you doing? So, balance. You know, I have been so imbalanced lately, and I'm such a huge creature of having like a regimented schedule. And when I don't do one thing or two things or five or six, the less that I do in my daily schedule, the more out of balance I feel. I feel out of balance mentally and psychologically, and it's just the worst thing, you know? Like I was thinking the other day, if anybody, for this matter, were to add up all the hours of time that you lay in bed doing nothing. I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying hypothetically, but whatever. If you were to add up all of the hours, okay, that you lay in bed doing absolutely nothing, that you stay up watching some film, or you binge film watch from one thing to another, or you just basically decide whatever you're doing, it's basically like if you have long-term strategic goals, if you're working every single day to those, as I'm sure you are, but I know I am, and you add up all these hours of just doing nothing, all the wasting of time that you maybe have in some aspect, and you add them all up in the course of a year or a month or a week. A small scale is like a day or a week. Medium scale is like month to month, and long term is like a year. Imagine how much more you get accomplished. You know, the reason that I'm so regimented and I literally have like a written out schedule for relatively like every minute, not every minute, but every hour of my day in blocks, is so that I can maximize the most of what I do. And it makes me psychologically feel like I'm in control, but realistically, I am. Because if you're managing your own time, you're managing your own life. So I just think it's really important to like make a schedule, even if it's just for fun, say fun time, you know what I mean? But to not really know what you're doing, or more importantly, knowing the order of priority of what to do. I'm so big into putting things into order for things that I'm passionate about, and I actually mentioned this to a buddy of mine just the other day. But I'm telling you, if you only have 1 hour and you have 5 things to do, wouldn't it be important to do the most important first? You might say it's common sense, but ask yourself, do you have a schedule? Do you have a personal schedule? You say, 6 a.m. I'm going to the gym. 6:30 I'm going to do this. 6:45 I'm going to do that. It might not be that detailed, but even if it's more loose and broad, you know what I mean? It helps you keep track of everything. And lately, I've had so much random shit lately. I feel like I'm completely imbalanced, and I'm completely like out of whack, and it is just the worst feeling ever, because on top of going to bed knowing that I have less accomplished, I also have the feeling of me being behind, which is like the worst freaking feeling ever. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm happy to say that I'm getting back on track. And you know, I'm really just here now expressing how much I hate being imbalanced, that feeling of being unorganized personally. You know, this thing that I told my buddy, I said, I'm passionate for the things that I care about, and that's comedy and jiu-jitsu, right? And putting those things in order. But as far as putting cleaning from room to room, or what order to put the dishes in, I don't give a shit about that. That doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's not that you don't have to put away dishes. Of course you do. That's ridiculous, right? But I only prioritize and make a schedule for those things that I care most about in life. So just to repeat myself, something that I've always said, which is, and again, I'm paraphrasing, right? Paraphrasing the exact word order. Let me turn this off. Paraphrasing the exact word order, but essentially, sorry about that. I had a car cross in front of me. So essentially paraphrasing, right? You know, I'm a big believer that it's the things that you do that you don't get paid for now that end up paying you the most later. Whether it's exercising, dieting your balance, it's that long-term, I heard another guy say it the other day, gratification, knowing that you're investing now to get something for later. And that's such a weird concept to really believe or think about or understand or something like that. But I'm telling you, it holds true for everything. Every single time you eat a piece of fruit, think long-term gratification in two aspects. Number one, how long it took that fruit to be made, and then how instantly you eat it. And number two, if you eat enough of those long-term investments, how much better it will be for your body as opposed to cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers are delicious, and I don't go off on a tangent on cheeseburgers, but what I am saying is I think it's important to have a daily schedule. I have my own, and I'm working so hard strategically. And when I feel like life and random shit gets in the way, it is like one of the most intrusive feelings ever, and I hate it. But I got some personal stuff cleared up. I'm back on track, back on the path, and I can't wait to crush today. Today is going to be like, I'm going to have like a giant sledgehammer just be crushing through all my tasks and goals and objectives for today. It's going to be the best day ever, and I'm freaking pumped up beyond words. So anyway, with that being mentioned, maybe I said something that'll help you out. Maybe I said something that's advantageous to you. And if so, I'm really happy I could help you out. With that being mentioned, I'm Benja. Welldone. Check me out. Peace.